Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Triangle Strategy. I believe this is episode 46. We just came back from Roselle, and now Benedict wants to speak to us alone. Does he have bad news for us?
Lord Serenoa, promise me you will remain calm. I come bearing grave news.
Oh, do you? Is Papa no longer with us?
Your Lord Father has passed.
Yeah, that was assumed. That was like, of course that's what's gonna happen, right? As soon, cause why else would it be important, right? If right, our choices in the previous chapter were between stay with the king and root out the royalists, go protect the Roselle and apparently find the book that unlocks the secrets of all this shit, right? Or go home and see Dad, right? It's like, why would the Dad one be important? Because it's the last time we could see Dad. So.
But how? I thought he was recovering.
Okay, so.
It was not the illness that took him, my lord. He was assassinated.
Ah! So, I honestly wonder if we had decided, right, to go see our Lord Father, would we have been able to prevent his assassination? Or would it be a scenario of like he would be assassinated regardless, but then we would be able to fight his assassins, right? And maybe wrest information about their employ or their purpose, you know, that type of situation.
Assassinated?
Forgive me. I was unable to stop the villain.
You mean stop Milo? You were unable to stop Milo?
Who would send someone to kill my father? And why?
Hyzant. Because your father basically turned against Hyzant, and you right now are under Hyzant's thumb. So your father awakening, right, and potentially being able to sway you against Hyzant is bad for Hyzant.
It was Patriot of the Royalists.
And I guessed it wrong. Really? It was Patriot? Why would Patriot do that? Like, okay, what is Patriot's motivation for assassinating my father? Like, that's just gonna set me against him worse.
He believes House Wolford a hindrance to King Roland's rule.
Assassinating my father doesn't help that.
No doubt, he meant to kill both you and your father in one fell swoop.
Okay, that makes more
A
sense.
hindrance? Pray tell me Roland was not involved in this plot.
I can assure you His Majesty knew nothing of this. But disclosing the truth would put us in a precarious position. At worst, it could lead to civil war. It is best you hide the fact of Lord Simon's assassination.
You want me to say he succumbed to his illness?
I hate Benedict. I hate Benedict, and I hate 95% of his suggestions in this game. Because 95% of his suggestions in this game are war crimes or being really shitty. Like, I hate him. I hate him so much. Thank you, that dude. I need to pet this cat so that I can be happy. You come here, boyo. Come here, boyo. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You boyo bean. You obscene boyo bean. Goodness gracious. Oh, also, I got cat hair all in my face now. Oh.
How can I pay respect to my father with such lies on my lips?
That's a good fucking question, Serenoa. You know what you should do? Hey, go talk to Roland and be like, hey, Roland, how'd rooting out the royalists go, do you need some help? Because I'm willing to help.
My lord, your father entrusted me with one final order.
Okay.
What did he say?
He asked me to tell you the truth.
The truth about what?
I ask you to listen calmly, my lord.
No, fuck you, Benedict, you piece of shit.
You are not Lord Simon's son by blood. Your true father
Oh.
is King Regna.
That's pretty surprising. The not being Lord Simon's son by blood, that's not that surprising. I didn't really think that there was much of a family resemblance there. But true father being King Regna does feel a little out of left field.
His Majesty sired a child out of wedlock with the Lady Destra. That child is you.
Okay.
Lady Destra lived in the Crown City, but she was not a woman of means. Someone of her position could never hope to marry a king.
Serenoa's losing his shit right now.
Or indeed keep her head once the royalists discovered what had happened.
Fair enough.
Lord Simon knew this, and so he welcomed her and the baby in her belly to House Wolfort. He and I were the only two who knew her secret. We had intended to carry it with us to our graves. But in his last moment, Lord Simon bade me give this to you.
Okay.
The royal signet of Glenbrook.
King Regna entrusted it, and you, to Lord Simon, as proof of your place in the royal line.
Is this truly who I am?
I know it may be difficult to accept.
No, I believe it. I have never known you to speak false to me.
Interesting. I've got to immediately start questioning why, though. Like, why would Lord Simon want now to break silence, right? Is it because of the kingdom potentially being in peril? But, I mean, we just re-established, Roland as the king.
Thank you for telling me what my father wished me to know.
This is just potentially going to cause strife, right? Like, Serenoa being a threat. I say a threat, but Roland never really wanted to be king to begin with. So maybe this isn't a threat so much as an opportunity. Maybe this won't cause strife between them.
You raised me as his own. And besides, I must keep up the pretense in front of the others. Especially in front of Roland. This stays between us, Benedict. We must keep the truth of my parentage and this ring safe.
Of course, my lord, as you command.
Hum. The wheels are just turning. I'm like, how is this gonna go wrong? Who's gonna find out? Who's gonna find the ring?
Roland?
Right? Like, what's going on?
Serenoa, I do not know what I should do.
Did something happen in the capital?
No, that problem has been dealt with. I've made sure those damned royalists will never cause trouble again.
How?
Was such harsh punishment truly necessary?
Yes.
Of course it was. When they should have been helping to rebuild the kingdom, they instead profited off the people's hardship.
Did Serenoa just ask if the harsh punishment of the people that the guy who just assassinated his father and tried to assassinate him was just or was required? Absolutely it was required, Sarah Noah. This type of shit is the might. When they should have been helping rebuild the kingdom, they instead profited off of the people's hardship. Not only that, they're literally assassinating people. Absolutely. Well, Roland doesn't, sure, right? But Sarah Noah knows, right? And Sarah Noah asking, was that truly necessary? I can't imagine Sarah Noah not being like in his head being like, good, I'm glad you put the royalists down like dogs. Absolutely. Right? Like, my God. I guess
that, they sought to string me up as their puppet king.
I guess Sarah Noah's got more chill than I do, because if I was in that situation, I would just be like, I'd be dancing a jig. I'd be like, hell yeah, you should have fucking done that to them. I understand,
you know
but
what they told me?
Get out of here.
They said that is what Glenbrook truly is. That it must be ruled with the royalists' careful mediation between the royal family and their loyal subjects. They said good kings need not think for themselves. They said my father and my brother understood that.
Then they were bad kings.
Even if that is true, you have the power to change it.
I tried. That is the entire reason I took the throne. But nothing has changed, no matter how many corrupt aristocrats I've cast out. This kingdom has always been broken. As Frost's invasion just ensured we could never put the pieces back together.
It has not been that long of a time, Roland.
To reconcile a land and people torn apart by hatred and greed. I cannot give Glenbrook what it needs.
Okay.
King though I may be.
Let me be king. I'll do it instead. There you go. Problem solved. Is that what's gonna happen?
Apologies,
is Roland
my friend.
eventually gonna like...
I should not burden you with my woes.
You burden me with nothing. But if you
Oh.
are struggling...
All is well. Trust me.
All is not well. After
As long
that
as you are by my
tirade,
side.
all is definitely not well. Absolutely not well. Also, can we be like, Roland and Maxwell? Ooh, I wonder if you could get Maxwell before Avlora. I
That
bet
is the
not.
extent of what happened during our various endeavors.
I bet not.
The passing of my Lord Father, the Royalist scandal, and the book that revealed the truth about the Roselle and the Salt. It is time we consider what we shall do to overcome these obstacles facing us.
I still cannot believe how quickly Lord Simon's condition worsened.
It is most devastating.
You better tell Frederica.
Noah, did your father say nothing else to you? Before he...
I wasn't there.
He bade me lead House Wolfort well.
I see. Then we must all do what we can to help you honor that request.
Your Majesty.
What makes me think
what do you
Avlora
plan
is
to do about the
recruitable?
royalists who misappropriated supplies?
I don't know that she's recruitable, but she had basically the exact same thing that happened to Maxwell happened to her, right? Like, on the bridge, gonna die, falls into the water, and as soon as that happened with Maxwell, I was like, oh, he's coming back. He's totally coming back. He's gonna wash down the river, someone's gonna pull him out, he's gonna have amnesia, and we'll find him in a village later, he'll be back, right? And that did end up true. So I kind of, I kind of feel like it's possible that they don't do that with Avlora, or that Avlora, she might not be recruitable, right? But I assume that there is a way that she shows back up again, right? Otherwise, why have the mystery of her falling into the river, right?
As far as I've been able to discern, those involved acted out of greed and self-interest. They must all be punished. Nothing less than exile from the kingdom or execution will suffice.
But there are those among them who support the Glenbrook line. Will that not impact your governance?
Yes, Benedict, it will, but sometimes you have to set an example by punishing people to show others that they can't just do whatever the fuck they want. They can't just be greedy sons of bitches. And with people like you in power, Benedict, who continue to look the other fucking direction and they're like, oh, well, we can't do anything because this will hurt our control of the scenario. These people support the Glenbrook line. That just breeds the continuation of the situation. I hate Benedict. Like, everything he suggests is either war crimes or him being an asshat, except for like 3 things.
Perhaps. But to pardon their crimes would kindle the people's ire.
Agreed. Absolutely.
We must make an example of them. To appease the people. To make clear the consequences of engaging in such foolhardy behavior.
Did something else happen in the capital, King Roland?
It sounds like it, and it sounds like he's not telling.
Nothing you need concern yourself with.
Foiled again! They're gonna force me to replay this game like 17 times. Ugh. Damn it.
But I must say, I was shocked to learn of that Rosellan legend. Do you suppose the contents of that book could be true?
The part about their homeland, Centralia, that sits upon a vast saltwater sea?
Oh no, what a travesty. Well, you know.
That of the untapped salt crystals beneath Norzelia? Or that, in order to monopolize the salt trade, Hyzant fabricated the Rosel's sins?
All of the above.
That the pillar of salt Hyzant stole from the Rosel is hidden within the statue of the goddess? If any of it is true, it would turn everything we know on its head. It would mean the teachings of the Holy State are not but lies.
It does sound unbelievable, but we have already seen part of this legend for ourselves.
You know, I will say this. This is... Maybe it's in some of the stuff that we haven't read. We've read most of the stuff that we've come across, but I feel like they talk about the teachings of the Holy State a whole bunch without going into really in-depth concepts of, like, what are the teachings of the Holy State, right? Because so far we just know that it's praise the goddess, Hyzant's really dope because it controls the source, and Rosel bad. Like, they haven't really gone into, like, here are the tenets of the teachings of the goddess, right? Like, here are the 7, you know, the 10 commandments, that type of situation. Like,
the crystal from the Rosellan
I'd be
village?
interested to see what those actually are. Like, what are the teachings of the goddess specifically?
That
There might be,
crystal
we might
is a
check the
fragment from the
thing
pillar
after this,
within
the
statue of the
notes after
goddess.
this.
One my mother obtained during the uprising.
It fits perfectly.
Yep.
Apparently, Lady Orlea penned the book detailing the legend for Frederica.
She did. She enchanted it so no one could open it, but left me the key to break the spell. This pendant.
I doubt a mother would go to such lengths to lie to her daughter.
Then we agree the legend contains at least a seed of truth.
Oh,
Your
God.
Majesty, we have received word that the survivors of the Duchy's army are amassing.
What? Where?
At the Grand Norzellian mines. But we cannot be sure what they are doing. None of our scouts have returned.
These frosty dogs. We will speak later, Serenoa. First, we must put down whatever the Duchy is planning at the mines. I need you and your people beside me.
Of course. We shall ready ourselves for the battle at once.
I mean, going back to the mines just tells me, like, finally, we are going to get to the scenario where it's like, okay, they've got to find out that there's salt inside the mines.
Extraction is nearly finished. We've secured the amount we were told.
That's Benedict. That is literally Benedict's voice actor. I love when we're like we're talking to random people and it's suddenly Sorsley's voice actor or it's suddenly Benedict's voice actor. Cuz that is literally just Benedict's voice actor pitched a little more nasally, right? Like
Seems such
fuck.
a waste to just leave the rest.
Don't think Archduke Gustadolf gives two shites.
Yeah. That's fair.
Hurry it up. We need to be done here before Glenbrook catches on to us.
Sir,
Oh, they're trying to get it all out. Ah, interesting. So they're just trying to like grab all of the salt and get it back to Esfrost, basically. And then Cat's never out of the bag. Nobody ever has to know, etc., etc. All right, cool. That's a smooth move, Gustadolf. I hadn't thought about because I mean,
Roland and House Wolffort succeed in reclaiming Glenbrook, but they cannot rest easy, for new dilemmas threaten to tear the kingdom apart.
I hadn't thought about the possibility of the Norzelian mine, the salt there being mined out so quickly, because it's I'm not gonna say illogical, but like the idea of there being a salt deposit of enough of a size worth being worried about, right? That could also just be mined out in a matter of days or months is a little strange, right? Especially with like low technology. It's one thing if it's like a high-tech universe, but like mining is not typically like a quick and easy process. Especially not if you're like actually pickaxing down in the the bowels of the earth. So
For one, the secret of Serenoa's birth.
Ah,
came
yeah,
to
that's a
light
big
with
one.
Lord Simon's passing. Meanwhile, the newly crowned King Roland struggles to reconcile his ideals with reality after punishing the Royalists. Finally,
ooh, an
there's
Abra.
the truth about the Roselle and the untapped salt crystals buried within the earth, revealed in a book to Frederica from her late mother. None of these revelations have an easy solution.
A weird audio pop there.
As all parties discuss the matters, they receive word that the survivors of the Isfrosti army are gathering at the Grand Norzelian mines. Forced to put all else aside to focus on driving out their foe, Serenoa and his comrades steel themselves for battle.
Steel themselves for battle. Hell yeah. I'm so excited to take the fight to I don't know that we are, but I want to put a foot up Gustadolf's ass, and then I want to put a foot up the Saintly Seven's
The remnants
ass.
of the Frosty forces are
I
gathering
guess
at the
which
Grand
is a
Norzelian mines.
Serenoa's ass because he's a part of the Saintly Seven now.
Perhaps I should say they are rallying there,
Fun map coming
preparing
up.
to
Ooh.
defend it to the last.
Something tells me you're right. Gustadolf may have used Lord Dragan's murder as pretext for invading Glenbrook. Yet I believe his true aim was to seize control, not of our kingdom, but of the mines.
once Glenbrook fell to them, Esfrost did indeed continue mining operations with notable zeal.
Are they
Apparently, they transported huge shipments of what they excavated to the
Are they
duchy, too.
finally getting it? Are they finally getting it?
You mean iron ore?
No. No. Come on.
One would assume as much, but we do not know for certain.
No. What have we been talking about? What has been the big thing? Come on,
They
y'all.
say only a chosen few were allowed to have anything to do with the mining or transport.
Come on.
Odd, ain't it? Granted, the iron from the Grand Norzelian mines is supposed to be decent stuff.
But the Duchy has access to plenty of other iron mines of comparable quality. They've certainly no need to go to such pains to obtain resources from this one.
You reckon there's something special about it?
Come on, y'all. Somebody.
What my mother wrote of must be true.
Come on, Frederica. Yeah, get it.
I've returned from scouting the Grand Norzelian mines.
Also, I love a royal messenger comes to Roland and he's like, "My king, the armies of Esfrost are massing at the royal or at the Grand Norzelian mines, but we don't have a lot of information because none of our scouts have returned, right?" And we're just like, all right, whatever. We send Huette in, and she just comes right the fuck back. She's like, yeah, I scouted it out. No problem. Let's go. God damn it. Oh,
there were
shit.
no signs of miners or couriers anywhere.
NPC scouts are shite, apparently. Oh, my goodness.
The enemy's
Maokai.
numbers do not appear that great.
Otis.
But the
You want to
soldiers
pet
were
pets?
occupied with some task within the mine.
Dim pet
I
pets.
cannot say
Put your
exactly
butt
how
down.
many they are.
Put your butt down. No. He keeps trying to put his butt up. She does have a hawk, but she's not supposed to be the only one with a hawk, right? Like there are supposed to be hawk riders in, as far as I'm aware, both the Glenbrook and Esfrosty military, because we fought hawk riders from the Esfrosty side of things as well. So I would assume that they both have like a little minor air force.
Thank you, Huette. Well done.
Indeed.
Well, there you have it. The Esfrosty army is scheming something at the mines.
Come on,
Whatever
y'all.
they're planning, we cannot allow them to continue unchallenged.
Frederica,
Then
jump
let us
in.
reclaim the Grand Norzelian
Jump
mines.
in and be like, yo, there's salt here.
And in doing so,
You're
we
guessing
shall discover
Esfrost
the
took out the
Duchy's
Glenbrook
aims in
Hawks?
due
That's
course.
possible, right? Like during the invasion, they might have like decimated the ranks of the Glenbrook Hawk Riders. So that's possible. Ooh, the Hierophant's Palace. Yo, that's not where we're at. Whatever. We'll watch this. I'm telling you, I want to knife Hyzant.
Glenbrook has withdrawn from the
These are
sanctions
bad
and reopened
people.
trade with us.
King Roland is truly a man of his word.
Furthermore, during the battle for the Crown City, our forces sustained nary a scratch, while the Esfrosti were all but crushed.
Also pretty
We could
niche
not
and
have
specialized,
asked
so
for
there
a
wouldn't be a
more
lot of Hawk
auspicious
Riders.
outcome.
Yeah, that's true. I'm assuming, though,
would
that
not
a
have
lot
been
of them,
possible
I mean,
without the Elfric we supplied them.
realistically, right, like in a situation like this, like if this was actual medieval warfare and, you know, like both nations had a contingent of things like Hawk Riders, those Hawk Riders wouldn't be used in battle the vast majority of the time. They would be used as messengers, right? Because like the ability of increased information transfer in war would be like, have I done Huette's side stories? I've done 1 or 2 of them so far, I think. So, and they're pretty interesting so far.
Still,
Also, that whole
Minister
thing about, like,
Saranoa and
wouldn't have
House
been
Wolford
possible
must be
without
given credit
Alfric.
for aiding in our victory.
The Huette, no worries. This is another issue that I have with like the design of the game. It's very obvious to me in certain situations that they write scenes in without adjusting them for certain choices that are made. So for example, right, like we decided to infiltrate with Roland and then use Alfric to destroy the ship, right? The way they were talking right there, technically it's still applicable because we couldn't do what we did without Alfric, but it really doesn't matter. But this really sounds more like it's the concept of like blowing up the bridge, right? Because we wouldn't have been able to blow up the bridge without Alfric, right? Anyways. Minister Serenoa.
Minister Exham, how strange to hear you lavish such praise upon another.
I am only speaking truth.
Yeah, true.
Leaving Minister Serenoa in Glenbrook's hands is unwise.
I agree. As one of the Saintly Seven, he belongs here with us.
Of course. We shall bring him under our thumb. The Holy One has plans for the young lord. Making him our creature has the added benefit of bringing his entire domain under Hyzantian rule.
No.
But I doubt His Majesty will be so willing to part with him.
Oh, indeed. And yet King Roland owes us a great debt. Which will be all the greater after we help him rebuild the Crown City.
Put him down. Put him
we
fucking
will so
down.
Overwhelm him with generosity, he will be unable to refuse us anything.
You hate the pronunciation of Exham? It's Exharm, not Exham. I don't disagree with you. Yeah. I'm one of those people of like, look, it's a game. It's a game, it's a book, it's a fantasy novel, it's, whatever your choice of media is, right? Like, it is that type of scenario of like, pronounce things how you want, right? Like, sure, they say Exham, but like, I'm with you. Exham is kind of like, it doesn't look right. It doesn't sound right. Every time I say Exham, I'm like, he's a ham. I just like, nope, don't like it.
So, you mean to seize Glenbrook as well, Minister Edor? Somehow I am unsurprised.
Yeah, Edor from the very beginning seemed like a pretty bad guy.
I seek nothing more than to spread the goddesses' grace and wisdom.
It's like pronouncing Gotham, Gotham. Oh no. Oh god, I don't think I can repeat that. Cause I think I might automatically make half the internet hate me by saying that again.
To Glenbrook and even Esfrost, until her divine protection shelters Nozelia in its
fantasy
entirety.
cringe. Absolutely.
That is
again,
what the goddess
yeah.
desires, and therefore, what
absolutely
the
again
Hierophant desires as well.
I want to know who the Hierophant is. Oh, in before the Hierophant is Mama. How fucked up would that be? If the Hierophant was Orlea. What's the likelihood of that being? Okay, so like, let's think about it. In a game like this, why do you mask or hide a character, right? Like, you mask or you hide a character because you want that character to have a big reveal, typically, right? Like, if you're writing something and you're like, this individual, we're gonna hide who this individual is for the majority of the game. Why do you do that, right? Because, yeah, pay no heed to the man behind the curtain, right? Because it matters who's behind the curtain. Otherwise, there's no need for the curtain, Otherwise, we could literally put a face to the Hierophant and be like, okay, there's the Hierophant, right? But if you're writing, right, there's a purpose for that. So from the very beginning, I was kind of like, my initial thought process was like, there is no Hierophant. There's either no one behind that curtain or it's a dead person behind the curtain, right? And Edor's just bullshitting, right? So that was my initial thought. Orlea being that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, but I guess it is a possibility if she's like not in her right mind, or if she's convinced of a particular thing. Aside from that, I can't really think of a lot of particulars that I'd be like, oh yeah, this person comes to mind, right? So, because I think a lot of the other people that have cropped up in conversations and things like that, they're accounted for, right? So I think I'm still kind of like leaning towards either a dead person or no person, that type of situation, and Edor's just full of shit. Or maybe now Orlea. Man, we are going everywhere but the actual mines themselves. Is that a camel? No, that's a horse. Is that a horse doing this with their hooves? That's a great emote. I love that emote. Oh, it's Sparog. Heyo.
Yes, my lord. This is all the cargo we were able to carry. Our comrades at the mine should be putting the final touches on everything right about now.
The final touches being they're gonna blow up the mines. Of course they are, right? Because they've got they pulled all they could, but they couldn't get it all, right? So they can't leave it behind because that lets the cat out of the bag. So now they've got to detonate the mines and bury all of the remaining evidence.
And why is no one telling me what is happening? I don't even know what cargo you are hauling.
We're only following Archduke Gustadolf's orders, my lord.
Yes, I understand that. Stop your sniveling. Perhaps you may have heard the Archduke has summoned me to Ironstone. This may be the last time I serve at this fort. As such, I would like to show my appreciation for everything you've done. Do you have a moment?
The sentiment is appreciated, my lord, but the Archduke insisted we make haste.
And did he also insist you spit in the face of his uncle's generosity?
Get him, Svarog. He's making a play for something.
No, my lord. Of course not. I meant no disrespect. We shan't refuse your gracious offer.
Come with me.
Take a look, Svarog.
Can all that cargo truly be naught but iron ore?
Hell no.
I suppose I shall have to find out what it is for myself.
Take a peek. Hell yeah. He about to get stabbed. He about to get stabbed real hard. Gustadolf is going to put that man down. All right. Let's go ahead and save real quick. Been a while since we've done that. So we got Trish added to the mix. Oh, we didn't. Did we not get Roland back? We did get Roland back. I was gonna say. So she has Blessing of Fire. She has Flaming Arrow. Oh, she doesn't get her Act 3? Oh, that's kind of bullshit. Or Act twice. Leap. Move to a selected square. Wow. Okay, that's cool. Pick up spoils along your route. Plundering Shot. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. This has been a very heavy story night, basically. Oh! Ha! Love it. Love it. Quick! How long am I gonna be streaming? Probably only for like another 10-15 minutes.
Were those the only ones?
I try to end most nights around like 10:30 or so. So that'll probably be it for me.
I do not understand. There were far more soldiers here when I came scouting.
They outie 9K.
They've mined more
Okay,
since the
sounds
last time
good.
we were here. Perhaps the enemy is further within.
Looking to buy this game when it releases on Steam? Awesome. Ooh, thanks for the follow. Jonelith? I'm not sure on the pronunciation. I'm just assuming there. Yes, Steam release. Yo, a Steam release is pretty exciting, honestly. Like, I could totally see that. I don't know that I would pay the full $60 for it. I might wait for like a Steam sale, but absolutely. I but I think my issue is because I'm doing a capture card and stuff like that, like there's a little bit of input delay and stuff like that. It's a little finicky setting it up to stream and everything like that, but absolutely, I was going to say better load times would be pretty sweet and less janky controls, because I'm not a huge fan of the Switch controls necessarily, but like that would be pretty awesome.
Likely that's the case. But navigating these twisted tunnels ain't gonna be fun.
Your first copy was a birthday gift, so you have no issues. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Octopath Traveler 2 is coming out soon. Is it coming out soon? Mayokai, one of the other chatters, talked to me about Octopath Traveler 2 earlier, but I didn't see the announcement, so I had no idea when it's coming out. February 2023. That's not too long. My goodness. In fairness, I haven't actually beaten Octopath Traveler the first time around. Again, because I got it on the Switch, and I don't play a lot of Switch games, so I got it and played a little bit of it, and then I was like, okay, I'm doing other things, and then I basically just stopped playing it. But then I got it on Steam, and now I'm like, I just need an opportunity to play it. So I guess I will have to try to beat it before February. I don't know that that's going to happen. I got a lot of other stuff scheduled to play.
Indeed. The enemy may be waiting to ambush us around any corner.
Is it going to be like a brand new story, just like in the same path as Octopath Traveler, or is it actually going to like tie in from Octopath Traveler? I guess is I'm interested in. Is nobody going to address the fact that there's basically a bomb setting next to Serenoa? You think all new characters not sure about story connections? Gotcha. Indeed, the enemy may be waiting in ambush.
I advise we familiarize ourselves with the nearby tunnels before we head any deeper into the mine, Lord Serenoa.
That's a bomb,
Agreed.
y'all.
Let's take care to cover our tracks while we look around.
Yo, guys, that's a bomb. It appears Esfrost has put a lot of effort into the mines. Yes, actually. Oh, man, if we get to play a whole map with, like, minecarts and things like that, that would be pretty cool. To, like, zip-zop around. Let us investigate the area further, but we must be on our guard. There's no telling if or when the enemy will strike. We might be able to ride the minecarts to get through the tunnels quickly. Let me see if they work. We might even be able to use them against enemies. Look out, Eridor! Oh! Huh! Nice. That's a close one. Thanks for that, lad. Cool. Cool. I like it. I like it. Don't tell me not to worry about the bombs. Are you kidding me? Let us proceed with caution. I would hate for anyone to get hurt by one of those cards. Yeah, well, you know. You say, hate for anyone to get hurt by one of those cards when we have two Esfrosti soldiers just lying in pools of their own blood. Those cards may prove useful in the event of a battle. Thankfully, I have yet to see any trace of the enemy. I think now is a good time for us to glean the position of the cards. Is this one of Lord Dragon's explosives? They're all along the tunnel wall, so we must be careful. Uh-huh. Oh, damn it. Quality timber. Doesn't make any sense. Troops should be stationed at the entrance regardless of whether you want to defend or abandon the mines. So why are the soldiers hiding in the tunnels? Nothing but by hiding in the tunnels. Perhaps they're luring us into some sort of trap. Yeah, absolutely. I doubt they do it of their own volition. It may be a tactic they have been ordered to carry. Oh, God. Absolutely, Gustadolf would do that. Gustadolf would 100% sacrifice some of his own soldiers by saying, hey, hide in as deep as you can in the mines, right, to fight the enemy there. And then when that happens, when we go in to fight them, he just detonates the explosives and the whole fucking mine comes down. Absolutely. The burden of defeat would likely be thrust upon them if they return to the duchy. They might just be hiding, knowing they have no place to return to. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was one of these two. I doubt they do it on their own volition, maybe a tactic they've been ordered to carry out. A tactic in the tunnels, you mean mining? Not quite. Mining would be best left to miners. The soldiers are likely preparing for battle. Whatever it is they're doing, it bodes ill. Absolutely it does. 110%. I just like riding the minecarts. That's just fun. We don't know when the enemy will strike, but when they do, we can utilize these minecarts to fight back. We've just got to make sure we don't hit any of ours. Looks like mining continued even after Dragon was killed. I cannot help but wonder if this is what Gustadolf wanted from the start. Told you it was a fun map? This is so far, right? Just assuming, because I don't know how in-depth things are actually going to be, but so far this is the most unique map we have seen, and that is both cool but also makes me sad, because can you imagine if almost every map had this many interactable things? Like, this is cool. This is actually quite fucking neat. There are more people here when I came scouting. My guess is they're hiding within the tunnels now. They may be planning an ambush. We should see if there's anything we can use to our advantage around here. That's 1, 2, 3 things going on. Trying to find all the stuff. Obsidian anklet. Yo, I haven't checked my fucking accessories in a while. I'm bad about that. Okay. I suppose the number of minecarts indicates how much work the duchy has done in these tunnels. To think they've come so far in so short a time, it makes me wonder what their hurry is. Yeah. I can't believe no one has come out and just been like, oh shit, y'all, I bet they're mining salt here. But I guess, like, so for me, it's an obvious intuitive leap. But for these characters, the very idea of mining salt is a foreign concept. Like, it is not something that prior to, you know, them finding that book and saying, oh, there's salt crystals in the earth, right? Like, they have no concept of that being a thing at all. So there is, in fairness, justification for them, right? Like, it shouldn't be something that their minds immediately jump to. But Frederica was right on the cusp of it. Like, she was like, is this what my mother was talking about? And I'm like, yes, say that out loud. Say that to everyone else. The mines were meant to be a symbol of a new age of peace between the three nations, yet it feels no more than a distant dream now. What do you think should be done with the mines now, my friend? Yeah, honestly, number 3, use it to rebuild the kingdom. Can either of these other things work out? Sure, yeah, absolutely. But in the immediacy, there's no reason not to just use it to rebuild the kingdom and give people jobs. Fine plan. We can reward those who have suffered during the war. Glenbrook will recover all the faster. But we won't be able to use Dragon's explosives. I wonder if we will be able to mine these tunnels on our own. Well, there's regular mining practices. Where there's a will, there's a way, my friend. And we will find that way for Glenbrook. Okay, I have no idea if there is like an optimal location for these mining carts, or if even there is if they will be in a specific location. I have no idea. I think we have done a decent job of looking around. And I think that is going to be it. We're going to end exploration. There are explosives everywhere. I have a bad feeling about this. You should have a bad feeling about this. Like, this is a terrible situation.
Benedict, these spheres everywhere. Unless I'm mistaken, they're explosives.
Yeah. I love the snowflake on them. That's a nice touch. Nice touch.
A means Lord Dragan devised for breaking through the bedrock.
Pretty good.
They aren't as powerful as blast crystals, but they are simple to set and can be manipulated to go off at the same time.
Reckon I'll go collect whatever charges are left, my lord. Just to be safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. I do not find it strange that there are explosives in a mine, only that they have been left here.
Indeed. As deadly as they are, one would hope they were stored more safely.
You'd think the miners would have put them at the far end of the tunnel if they meant to use them.
But they're everywhere, along the whole length.
If they were to detonate, the entire tunnel would collapse.
Yeah.
Then they must have been left here on purpose.
Yeah.
Intruders! Get them!
The Asfrosti army!
Oh no. Oh no, Melon. Ay, ay, ay. Fight it out. Recommended level 27. We are, or 26, sorry, right? Yeah, 26. Our highest is 24, and our lowest is 21. We are probably going to have to do a little bit of grinding before we could just throw ourselves in, but we've got a couple of things going on. We got new characters in here, right? Plus, I'm assuming we've got new stuff to buy. We've got new upgrades to weapons. We've got a new battle to do. So we've got plenty of new... Oh, we've got a Medal of Valor, so we could upgrade someone, right? We got Medals of Bravery. Everyone's already... That's silly. We've got stuff to upgrade weapons with. We got a lot of stuff to do, so... That is all going to have to happen on the next video. That's going to be the end for this one. Next time we play, we will probably be jumping into a whole bunch of this like side stuff before we do the actual battle in the Norzelian mines. But that was a really cool layout, so I'm actually really looking forward to trying out that fight and seeing how it goes. Yeah, my words. Ooh, a Heatmore. I want that. Hold up. So, anyways, that is going to be the end of the video. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.